I've just walked home from work. It's windy and I can't find a hairbrush. But it's fine because this is happening. Maybe. Hi everyone, Queen Emmanovella at your peasant's service. Who is talking to me? Leave me alone. Today I'm here with a super exciting video that I can't even like function, and I'm really quite worried that I'm not gonna do this video justice, but I don't have time to not film it right now, so we're just gonna do it and hope for the best. As you can tell from the title, and as you may have guessed if you are aware of the song that you just heard, this video is about the musical Six. If you are unaware of the musical Six, it basically details the lives of Henry VIII's 6 wives. And myself, Karis, Zoe, Tom, Joe and Jake have all came together to create the ultimate Six book tag. Rather than just have, you know, a video where we sit and we answer questions, we thought it'd be really cool if each of the 6 queens had their own 6 questions and their own video. So I am representing Catherine Parr, queen number 6. Got my crown because I am the survivor, so those bitches better not have crowns. The other 5, they better not have crowns on because they were divorced, beheaded and died. The crown is mine. That's a complete sidetrack. But the way this tag is going to work is obviously I have my Catherine Parr questions, I'm going to tell you them, give you my answers, blah 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 blah. I will have the other 5 people linked below with what queen they are, and you can go and see their channel with their video with their questions and their queen. If you want to do this tag, you can either just pick the queen that you relate to most or that speaks to you most, that you like the most, maybe you just enjoy the questions of. You can do that. If you really want to be adventurous, you can do all 6 questions, well, 36 questions. But if you don't know much about Six or Henry VIII's wives, we have created a quiz for you, so you can click on that link that will be down below, do the quiz, and it will tell you which queen you are. And I think Karis has said there will be a link at the end of that quiz taking you to that queen's video, so maybe you're here because of that, because you saw someone else's video first. I don't know, but we just thought it would be really cool to like spread the tag around booktube on 6 different channels, and yeah, I am really excited. So I think that's everything I need to tell you. I really hope it is. So our first question is literally just favourite plot twist. So if you aren't aware of the 6 wives of Henry VIII, they were divorced, beheaded, died, divorced, beheaded, survived. So like it's a bit of a plot twist because like, oh my gosh, someone actually stayed with him. So this was a tough question. I mean, I actually struggled with most of these, all of these. That's great. But I've said in plenty of videos before that I am good at predicting what's going to happen in books. So plot twists, like, I can't really, like, there's nothing that's stuck in my head like, oh my gosh, that plot twist, like, that fucks me over, what the hell. But then I started thinking, you know, back when I was younger, what, like, you know, when I didn't have expectations and like I hadn't read everything, like, do you know what I mean? Like, when you read so much, it's kind of hard to find things that shock you because you kind of go, oh well, I've seen this happen in another book. But then I thought back and I started thinking about things that have happened in books that they don't shock us anymore because we're so familiar with them. So of course I'm talking about Harry Potter. And there's something in Philosopher's Stone that I feel that as big Harry Potter fans, we're just so aware of it that it just, we don't bat an eyelid. But when I think back, 5-6-year-old Emma must have been shooketh and I feel it's appropriate to use that language in a video about Henry VIII's wives because surely they spoke like that. Whatever, I don't even know. Shut up. But my point I'm making, Philosopher's Stone, there's no way, like I definitely must have been so shocked when Professor Quirrell's turban was hiding Voldemort. Like, saying it now, I'm just like, everyone knows this. Do you know what I mean? Like, everyone's like, yeah, that's just, that was the whole thing with Quirrell. But like, really think about it. I don't think there's anything obvious, really, especially with it being the first book. So like, yeah, I think that must have been the plot twist of plot twists for my younger self. That's what I'm going with, okay? Question 2 is, I bet you want to know how I got this far, and that is of course a book that you struggled to get through but made it to the end. Now, I used to be one of those like, I have to finish this book, I need to read it, I can't put it down. But lately, and as the years go on, I actually have a spreadsheet with all my DNFs, and like as the years go by I DNF more and more and more. So if I'm really struggling, I just don't put up with the book. So originally for this question I was going to go with a book I don't even want to say on my channel anymore, but Bridge of Clay by Marcus Zusak. I don't know how I got 43% of the way through that book, but the question is not a book I struggled to get through and then gave up on. It is a book that I struggled to get through but made it to the end. And I do have a question for this, an answer for this. I'm so sorry, this is going to be a struggle. I feel like it's kind of a cop-out answer because like it's obvious, but Les Miserables by Victor Hugo. I mean, it's called The Brick for a reason. I love this book. I absolutely adore this book. But Victor Hugo is a rambler. I'm pretty sure he was paid by word. And back in those days, like the 1836 or whenever the fuck it was, but back in those days, they didn't have much to do, so he had all the time in the world to ramble, and people had all the time in the world to read his rambles. I, in 2000, I think it was 17, read this. 18? 17? 18? Don't fucking know. But a couple years ago, when I read this, I did not have the time to read 100 pages on the Battle of Waterloo, especially when it didn't have anything to do with the plot of the book. But I did it. I read it. I struggled. I pleasantly struggled through. I don't know. It was a labour of love reading this book, and I want to reread it, so that tells you. That tells you how much I enjoy torturing myself, doesn't it? Question 3 is your favourite feminist novel or character, or fictional feminist, I suppose, if we want to have that alliteration. And I struggled with this as well. I am not a character driven person, so I don't really pay attention to characters or like what they're about. Like, it takes a lot for me to connect with a character and to like remember. I mean, I literally can't remember like things that are happening in books I'm currently reading, so you know. So obviously I was like, I don't want to pick a book that I think has a feminist in it, if in case it turns out that they weren't and I picked things up wrong. And then I spotted this book that I need to talk about very, very soon for my July, August. I forgot the order of the months for a second there. That's why I'm not a Ravenclaw. My August wrap up. And I thought, that'll do. This is a sort of, is this a feminist book? I don't fucking know, but we're gonna talk about it because I can't move to find something else. So I have picked The Black Coats by Colleen Oakes. And it says down here, make your own justice. And essentially this is about a sort of private organisation called the Black Coats, and it's a group of women who take it upon themselves to get revenge and justice on mostly men, but sometimes women. Basically like people who do bad things towards other women. Obviously that doesn't always end well and stuff, but I do think that, you know, that there is like a sort of feminist manifesto in here. Whether it's positive, I don't know, but I was struggling to find an answer. So question 4 is your favourite last book in a series, and I just feel like I struggle to finish series. So however, your gal has an answer because I am efficient and I keep on keeping on. I don't fucking know what I'm talking about, but I have a book for you, and I'm pretty sure when I pull this out, everyone that knows me and has followed my channel is gonna just be like, Emma, fuck off, stop talking about this author, shut up. But it is what it is, and that is Just Don't Mention It by Estelle Mascom. Now, I know what some of you are thinking, Emma, this is a cop-out answer, because this is technically the 4th book in the Dimily series, but the Dimily series is a trilogy. This 4th book is the 1st book, but from Tyler's perspective, and also kind of like a prequel. But it was written last, and it was published last, and it is the last book, so it counts. It's my favourite. Like, read this. Actually, no, you should read The Wrong Side of Kai. Comes out in 2 weeks. Just saying. Question 5 is a character you wish had ended up with someone else. Again, I'm not a character driven person, so like I don't really pay much attention to that, and like it just kind of doesn't bother me. Also, as an asexual, I don't care about relationships, so I just kind of ignore it. I mean, the only ones I really care about are like in the Harry Potter universe. I don't think Harry and Ginny should have been together. I don't like it. Hermione and Ron, I don't know, don't really see that. Draco really should have ended up with me. But that's kind of it. Question 6 is a book or series that's finished that you just can't with. So, for example, you haven't finished it yet because you don't want it to be over, or an ending you didn't like. You can kind of interpret this however you want. And again, I struggled with this. But I do have an answer. And I mean, I'm really using this as an excuse to talk about this book, but I'm going with my current read, and that is Harley in the Sky by Kemi Dawn Bowman. Can we just take a second to appreciate, one, that I am like dressed like the fucking book, but this book doesn't come out until 2020 in the US, but I am in the UK with a bound manuscript. It's not even an ARC. I am part of a Kemi street team for Harley in the Sky, so you are going to hear me talk about this book a hell of a fucking lot in the coming months. I'll actually be hosting a booktube challenge for this book. No idea what I'm going to do, but come October I will have a whole tag/challenge video relating to this. I'm on page 310, so I have like 100 pages left of this book, and I need to read it ASAP because obviously I need to do said challenge. But I don't want it to end because I've gotten this book early, which means when it actually comes out, basically I'm just setting myself up to have to wait even longer for a new Kemi Dawn Bowman book, and I don't think my heart can take it, but obviously I will finish it. So yeah, basically for me, I can't with this book because I haven't finished it because I don't want it to be over. But this book, oh, guys, pre-order it. It is so good. It's about a girl called Harley who basically runs off to the circus, and I have never in my life related to a character so much. Just some of the things that she feels and goes through, and there are moments where I feel like I could be reading me. I need to finish this today, but I don't want it to be over. So yeah, those are my 6 Catherine Parr questions. I really hope that you guys enjoy this tag, enjoy everyone else's videos, and I should really tag 6 of you. However, I feel like if I tag you, you have to do this video, but if you're not this queen. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.